Hello, Kevin here. We are now in
St Mary's Church.
St Mary's Church in
East Lavant.
East Lavant. Thank you, Steve. So here we are. St Mary's Church of East Lavant. And we are going to be walking up here to the church. And oh, by the way, Cynthia is with me. Or us, I should say, she's there. And you heard Steve, well, might not have done, but just in case, there he is. So we are walking up towards the church now, in through this arched gateway. And you've got the square tower there, which I think suggests this is a Norman church. And we're going through these gates. But the tower is made of brick, and a substantial tower as well, with a base of flint and stone and brick buttresses. And that's the tower there. So we are, let me think, we are on the south side of the church. So if we wander round this way, it's a very, very well kept churchyard, that's for sure. Grass is well cut. So we're just going up round this footpath now. We'll have a look, see what's up here. So we're walking over this stone slab path in front of me, with a flint wall capped in arched brickwork. And this just takes us to a cellar there. And it's under a tiled roof. So let's just go back round this way. Back here. Good afternoon, sir. We'll do a loop back round this way. And we've got this line of memorial stones here. This is, I'm assuming, for people that have been cremated. Quite a variety of different headstones. And there's even a gap there for someone called Jones, the Jones family. But it's quite a long line of these stones. But let's just go back up here. I just want to stop because I've just noticed this lovely, rather lovely stone here. Captain Johnny Beeden, Royal Navy, 1924-1977, and his beloved wife Marjorie, SRN, SCM, 1921 to 2017. Much loved, Caroline, Colin and Julie. So let's carry on up this way. Go round here. We're not sure if we can get into the church yet. Oh look, you can see where they've used some headstones for this path. Gosh, I don't like that myself. Don't like that at all. But I'm assuming all of them have been headstones at one time. Just in this corner here on the south side, we've got this doorway. Rather a large churchyard. I've just gone past this holly. Oh, nearly fell over there. Very great gated leaves there, look, with loads and loads of berries on. Just wander around this way. This is probably the main entrance into the churchyard. Into the church, I mean. But as I said just now, this is predominantly flint built with stone and flint buttresses. You've got that stone there, which is to the memory of Peter Perks, 1999 to 1980. And we've got rendered walls on this, which I'm assuming is an extension at some point. And then you just come round to the back of the church, round here. So I think the best thing for us to do is have a look and see if we can actually get into the church. Probably at this time of day, we probably won't be able to. And the main doorway looks as if it's here. Let me just try the door to see if the church is open. It is indeed. We'll have a look in there in a minute. Just found Cynthia. Cynthia's there.
Did you notice that the path is made up of headstones?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I've just been talking about that. Yeah. St Mary's Church was founded in the 12th century. The north aisle was added in the 13th century. One of the columns separating the nave from the north aisle remains. The others are 19th century. The lancet window is also original. The 15th century appears to have brought the 5 stalls and their misericords. So I'm just heading towards the altar now, and just to my left is these wonderful organ pipes, which as you can see are gold in colour. And as I walk up, you've got the organ just in front of me. And then we've got this rather lovely marble-backed area in front of me. We've got the east window, which is directly in front of me here. Lovely, lovely stained glass windows. The south tower was constructed in 1671, and the southwest window was inserted at the same date. Most of the north aisle, the arcade between the nave and the north aisle, much of the nave and chancel seems to have been rebuilt in 1863. Let me just have a look. It's quite dark in here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick out much here, but you've got the bell cord just going up there. And you've got that. Again, it's very dark. I'm not going to be able to pick this out much, but rather incredible looking roof there. All timbers from the, I'm assuming from the bell tower. We've got the pulpit in front of me. In 1628, an ecclesiastical case is preserved that relates to the game of cricket being played at East Lavant on a Sunday. 2 men were charged with playing cricket at the time of evening service. They weren't very popular for doing that then. So this is in the north aisle now. You can see these big pillars just in front of me. And that one's a round one, and then you've got one either side, which are square, and you've got the arches above. And that's the doorway that I saw from outside, but completely different finish to it from the inside compared to outside. And you've got the stone mullions running round the door, and I'm actually looking to see if I can see any atropaic marks which you sometimes get around church windows or church doorways in the framework, which is supposed to ward off evil spirits and things like that. There are marks in the brick, in the stonework, but I think that's just generally where the stone was carved out. They have got timbers up in the roof which are rather large. They've got cross beams which are held in place with some vertical beams with a metal strapping to support them. And obviously on either side they are built into the vaulted ceilings. Sounds like Steve was just about to fall down a hole in, moving a metal grate or walking over one. But as I mentioned just now about the pulpit, you come up to this level here. I've come up 3 steps from the main chancel, and it's amazing. It does. You just get this sense that you're literally looking down on the congregation. And as I say, you've walked up 3 steps to get to this point. But I think rather, in the main, it's a fairly plain-looking church. As I say, apart from the bit I saw just now behind the altar, with these rather impressive bits here. I don't know what these are called. As I say, the backing is definitely marble and stone. But as you can see, we've got these, they're not gargoyles, but it's very intricate, the carving of the stone. And if you think back when these were done, the equipment and the tools that they had to make these was quite primitive in a way compared to what we've got nowadays. But you've got the leaves here, which are definitely oak leaves, and you've got the acorns or the shucks there, and you've got acorns in the shucks there. And you've got that on the same, some different leaves on other bits here. So it's sort of picking out different trees and things like that. That's oak again there. But it's interesting that they've used the leaves from different trees around the bottoms and sort of flower there into that bit there. But again, up in the top here, that's definitely oak with the acorns. The oak being strength, I suppose, possibly. Just turn around here. Steve's pointing to something.
Found those Misericords.
Oh yes, the Misericords there. Look, just on the end, and they're on the end of every seat, so you can tell the difference between these. Let me just stand back a bit of these seats or pews compared to the others, and they're all.
This might have been one of the original ones because this is a far more modern.
Yes, it is, Steve. You're quite, yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. But you can just, let me just sit in one and find out how comfortable. Oh, crikey, that feels a bit strange. Because when you're sitting here, you've literally got these either side of you. So it does feel a bit, not claustrophobic, but yeah. As Steve said, you know, we've got just in front of us, you've got the modern pews, which are just there in front of me now. And if I just pan back round, you can see the difference between the modern pews at the front and those at the back there. But as you can see, most of the walls are painted, which is quite a task when you think about when you've got to get up into that roof space there to get that done. And you've got these grills in the ground here, in the floor, different ones. And just in front of me, you've got this huge stone laid into the floor. John Compton, I think that says there. We've found out a bit more information about this church. Just talking to a gentleman called Ian Campbell, and he was telling us that the archway to the main door into the church is of some significance. Let me just show you the archway here. And at some point it has been restored, and you've got the stone mullions either side with round and square blocks there, but just inside the door here somewhere, he says, there it goes, this Norman arch was restored in memory of Peter Bonsey in 1987. And the other thing which he was talking about is up here underneath these benches. Steve, remind me of the name.
Misericords.
Misericords. We thought just now that it was just the ends of the arms. And if Steve could go in there and lift up the second one in, let me just show you underneath here. And I believe if Steve lifts this one up here as well, oh, that one's stuck by the looks of it.
It's binding on that.
Yeah, it's stuck. But underneath all of them is these. So it's got the flowers either end with the, and in the centre you've got the one with the face and perhaps a crown on it. So that is the Misericords.
The flower, is that an English rose?
I think it could be. I was trying to think it could be a rose. Are they all the same, Cynthia? I see you've lifted one up. It's a different face, isn't it? It's definitely a different face. Let me just try and see if I can lean over the top here and show you that way on. I don't know if that's going to pick that up very well at all. So let's see, Cynthia's going to try and lift all of them up. Well, some of them are stuck, but you can't. Yeah, try that one. Oh, there we go. And another face. And this one actually has got a shield with a cross on it. Now, could the cross be from, what do they call it? Knights Templar?
Yeah, quite possibly.
So that might depict the Knights Templar. But that's fascinating. I'm so glad I spoke to Ian. And he's pointed these out to us. Evidently, there are a lot of people come along specifically to photograph these benches and the Misericords. And he said it's quite interesting that the church hasn't got a lot of history to it, but the two things it has got is the restored Norman arch and these Misericords. So we're really pleased that we managed to speak to him. We've finished going round St Mary's of East Lavant. Thank you. And as I said in the video, it is a fairly plain looking church, but very nice indeed. So we're just about to head off. So this will be Kevin, Cynthia and Steve saying bye-bye, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Hello, this is Kevin. Thanks very much for watching the video. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, follow, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that would be great. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Bye.